I want you to look at where we are in history and walk with me for a moment. How's your spirit? First things first. Over on Facebook, we've already discussed the Anunnaki and the occult. So here on YouTube, I'm just showing it up for you. Okay, the Donna Party. There's an avalanche in California right now. Uh, 8 out of the 9 people are deceased. One's missing. And I guess in other parts, there are more missing or have been injured at least. Okay. Point being, if you know your history, then you know that the Donner Pass is on the way to California. It was known as the Hastings Pass, and the Donners were supposed to meet Hastings, and Hastings scammed them. It's like the modern day rug pull, so to speak. Okay, but this was in whenever this was. I ain't gonna do all that, man. Point being, at the Donner Pass, you got the Silk Road, you got the Spice Road trades. Okay, so they were trading on favor that they were going to meet up with Hastings and things would be great. They didn't make it, and they ended up eating a portion of the people, literally, who were in their group. Okay, they then become cave dwelling Caucasians. These were mainly white people traveling from east to west to get to California for bust or boom. Okay, well, this is the bust. They busted all the way down to consuming human flesh. 48 people and some donkeys survived on human flesh. This is American history. The last name Hastings continues to exist. And you might want to think about this. So those people, them 48, they couldn't just come out and say, hey, yep, we survived off of eating people, even though back then they knew they went into hiding. Cave dwelling, so to speak. Not getting any more sun than they had before they came out west. So they're very pale, right? They come out during, I don't know, say the civil rights by the Civil War, other parts of history where they can blend in and not be seen, but become members of polite society, unbeknownst to the common white individual who back then would have shunned them for eating flesh. People understand a lot. They do not understand consumption of human flesh. Bruh, just do it. But for those of you who what? Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. And then you got Putin in modern day times saying, Black Jesus, Black Jesus, Black Jesus, Black Jesus. And I just told you the Anunnaki are not real, but you bought into that bullshit too. What is real is we are not out here alone though. Or you now notice you were shown an interstellar being in the galaxies where you're not paying attention. Wait, were you sold that lie too? Uh-oh. Are you one of them? Do you like the taste of raw meat? Could that be it? Do you enjoy consuming other people's energy? These are all things you have to cast and ask yourself about, right? Now, I think I did an excellent job of getting that out in 4 minutes and 22 seconds, partner. What are you gonna do? See, me, I am in control of my destiny and connected to the creator of all things. That includes the Anunnaki. So get behind me, Satan. Because I ain't worried about thee. I will make you a footstool in my destiny. See, I understand what it is to be in command of my mental faculties at all times. You can't stop me, baby. You tried. It's a nice effort, though. But, yeah, so you all were possessed by necromancers. You invested in your death, and that's basically what that is. It's a possession spell. Western medicine is a possession spell. What knew the Americas, right, were always east of them. Okay, so you were under the possession of them, and the spell was that you believed you were Western also. You're not. They are the dominers, and their people are. The rest of you were indigenous. You're Easterners. Yep. You're Khans. You're Mongols. You're me. You just got lighter over time when the world split apart. Underneath it all, we're all the same. Even the Russians, except for by way of the Donners and the flesh eaters. Those are not. You gonna tell me that eating the flesh of another human being, backbiting, is normal? See, you didn't know that. You did not know that talking shit behind someone's back is backbiting, which is flesh eating, which is necromancy, which is what you do today when you gossip about my beautiful brown behind sitting in this chair, minding the business that pays me, which is giving your children a home during that you couldn't because you invested in that bullshit. Now run me my money, honey. You let your greed get the better of you. You refuse to believe that anyone Caucasian could do anything so nasty as that. You have a very hard time finding anybody who looks like me who does that. They will bloodlet a chicken before they'll consume human flesh, so to speak. That's why a lot of them talk ish about those of you who go downtown. They see it as a form of necromancy. Gotta know your history. Remember how many years ago we used to talk smack about that? They also used to tell you you don't eat spaghetti made by certain people. You ain't believe 'em. Now you know. They was not talking about indigenous folk. They was talking about voodoo practitioners who happen to be connected to necromancers. Look at who they call singing. Don't the Greeks have fortune tellers and this, that, and the third? And then I just said, hey, I'm sitting here telling you stories about what I see going on in the world around me. Not the same thing, no, is it? I'm talking about the moment in history and how it relates to history and our ability to do anything. These people are trying to tell you what's coming next for you in your life and then offering you counsel on how you should move. Is that or is that not deifying you in a sense? Consuming your flesh and or your innocence because you subscribe, you follow, and you ain't know none of that? You hit the links, you get up on camera, they feed off your energy. So you decide who you want to be. They can't feed off me, honey. That's what it is to be anointed. I come and go freely. You have submitted your free will. You surrendered yourselves to necromancy. How you gonna come back from that, Nancy? I suggest you watch the movie Blade or something, because guess who is not here to save you? Especially not for free. Buffy the Vampire Slayer had to have some type of money and able to be eat and go to sleep. Angel even had a home and a business by way of Wolfram and Hart. Mm, y'all didn't want to believe me. So continue to feed or sleep with your demons.